unbelievable. Just unbelievable. We're in the year 2024 now. Can you believe it? Why does the time pass so quickly that we're now in 2024? And it's the new year now, 7th of January, which is the first Sunday in 2024. And in 2023, all of the idea Sundays were cabochon makeovers. All of them, including doll clothes, micro dolls, everything in Idea Sunday was some sort of cabochon makeover, whether it's starting a new project or using leftovers from other episodes. But now we're in 2024, and in 2023 I also bought these frogs from Temu. However, I hadn't used them for anything. I bought them because I thought the transparent and glow in the dark is a really cool idea to have, but the only one that I've used is It's Your Time to Shine, the purple frog that she doesn't have a name yet. But she's purple, she glows in the dark, she's transparent. And I had to cut the head off for her head to be posable and for her to get a posable body. However, removing the head from the body wasn't easy because the plastic was so hard. Because harder plastics are harder to cut. But now she has a posable body, and that's why she's used. But that's the only one that was used because I've ordered other colors to give myself options, but I hadn't used them. So the other ones are smaller, shorter, and not posable. So what will I do with them? Have you ever wondered, can I try a lime green glow-in-the-dark dollhouse item? Now, what is lime green? Basically, it's a color that is in between yellow and green, like a middle ground between yellow and green. So this marker shows it the best. I know it's called olive green, but it's more lime than olive, at least to my eyes. There were other markers that were more olive, but it is called olive green, but it's not. It's actually lime green, but that doesn't glow in the dark. Just wanted to tell you what is going to be the theme and what is lime green, because I'm attempting to do a not yellow, not green, but in between colored glow in the dark. And How will I achieve this, you ask? I don't have any cabochons that would work for it. And I've decided that 2024 will mix the cabochon use and the use of these frogs in the episode. Kind of mixed episodes, because all of them were cabochon makeovers in 2023, and I kind of want to diversify this series with different types of makeovers. Okay, time to answer your question. Which is the closest to lime green frog that I have? I have this green one. However, it's too minty. So this yellow one, it's supposed to be yellow, but it's like not really that green. But I'll use it, it's kind of close to lime green anyways. And transparent and glow in the dark. However, I filmed this during daytime, so I have to go under the blanket to show you the glow in the dark. Okay. Hello. Yes, I've caught it on camera. This is how it glows. It is a green glow. And I'll try to keep it this way. Before this frog gets any type of makeover, because this theme of the video is the color lime green, I have to test out the glow in the dark, because I don't have lime or green glow in the dark glitter, but I have white Elmer's glow in the dark glue. So I'm going to see if I use markers like this one with the Elmer's glow in the dark glue. Will it still glow? We're going to find out by applying it here and applying it here, plus this marker, just to see if the marker affects the glow in the dark in any shape or form. White Elmer's glow in the dark glue, and also the same thing but with the marker added in, and this is without it. So because it's still daytime, I'm going to go under the blanket, trying to be very careful since they haven't dried. We're going to see it in the dark to see if the marker affected the glow in the dark effect. I know it affected the day color, but in the dark color, would it be the same? Let's go and find out. Okay, let's see it. White Elmer's glow in the dark glue alone, and then it with the lime green marker. So if you layer the marker before the white Elmer's glow in the dark glue, you should be fine. It doesn't affect the layer that much, as long as you add the lime green first and then put in the white Elmer's glow in the dark glue. So we're going to put the lime green on objects first and then paint it in the Elmer's white glow-in-the-dark glue. Okay, good to know. Let's get out of the blanket since it's hard to breathe in there. I spoke too soon. The marker is affecting the glow-in-the-dark effect. Like it's not as bright as without it. However, it does glow in person, but not very bright. What will I do? What will I do? This is too dark for the glow-in-the-dark effect. However, the lighter colors would actually not even show up on certain colored plastics because of how light they are. Or even in some cases, it would show up so light you would barely even see it. And this color helps it appear on plastics, the lime green. But at least I've tried. Maybe it's not that bad, or maybe I should try this one even though it's the same formula, just different colors. Whenever I made the purple frog, I did use hot water, but the yellow one, if I used the scissors hard enough, it was enough to get the head off the body. Just had to cut it and put enough pressure on it to be removed, and it worked. But I was going to use the hot water, which was dangerous because it's very hot. And I don't recommend children doing it, but if they are, I would recommend an adult to get them to do this step for them, while the children would do the less dangerous parts of it. Now let's cut off the eyes, see how it works. I'm still going to do it in the caravan kitchen just in case. And yes, we're turning the frog into completely something else. Back to studio it goes. When it dried, I put the flamingo together. However, I want the wire to be pink, so I will apply pink glitter to it. Not the glow-in-the-dark pink, but the normal pink glitter. I want to hide the wire. So that's what I'm doing. However, I cannot move the head until it dries because I could be risking ruining it. But at least add glitter to it for now. And add a little bit more pink here, since it's a flamingo and flamingos are pink. So the glue here added, and I'm painting on the excess pink glitter while being very, very careful, because later when it all dries, the floatie flower part will get white Elmer's glow-in-the-dark glue. Oh wow, I went a completely different direction, from going all lime green to mostly lime green with some pink in there, because flamingos are a pink animal, and that's one of the distinguishable parts of a flamingo, that they're pink and they have a pink pigment in their feathers. But at least the pink would be mostly to do with the chemicals the flamingos eat, because the chemicals in water and in the fish they eat, the creatures they eat, that's what makes a flamingo pink. The chemicals in the creatures they eat. Don't know what are those creatures, but that's how the flamingos get pink. So just going to add more pink glitter here. However, I'm not going to make the pink glow in the dark, just the lime green. There will be pink, but it won't glow in the dark. Just the lime green parts. Pink added. Now let it dry with the rest of the flamingo. The glitter wasn't covering the copper color enough, so I'm going to mask areas I don't want painted white, so I could keep the glow-in-the-dark effect of the frog pieces it originally had. And I'm going to paint the wire white, just without the flamingo parts I don't want painted. Okay, I think I'll do more of the masking. Make sure none of it gets in the way. That's what masking tape is for, to make sure what you don't want painted doesn't get painted. However, with such tiny dollhouse items, you may need to cut it with scissors to certain shapes. And now we're going to paint it white, because I don't want anything that would make it look not like an inflatable. I want to keep the fake inflatable look, so it's not a inflatable actually, but just so it looks like an inflatable even though it's not. I've painted the wire and the beak white, so it looks more flamingo-like. The white part will be pink later, but for now, white until it dries. Somehow, for some reason, I've started to look at images on Google, and those images were of flamingo eyes. Flamingos have orange or yellow eyes, so I thought, should I try to make the flamingo floatie's eyes a little bit more realistic? I'm not going to make photorealism flamingo floaties, but maybe kind of a little bit more realistic, but still a cartoony look since it's a floatie anyways, and it's for the dolls. So it took me a while to think about it, especially that the eyes are so tiny. Should I do this? I also didn't want to make them too big, since real flamingos' eyes are really small. They have such tiny eyes. For the pool backdrop, I've made in-ground lights that would be lit up with LED lights under it. That's it in the dark. And the switch turns them on and off. And that's the big light. The glow in the dark. It does glow in the dark, even with the in-ground lights that I've made for the backdrop. I've painted areas white, then I colored with a pink marker. The only area not colored with a pink marker is the white beak. And I kind of want to stop drawing simple dots for eyes. I want to be more creative with them, so I may use a sequin to draw the eyes for the flamingo and glue them in to the place where the single dot eyes are. For 2024, I've already decided I want to stop drawing animal eyes with simple dots and be more creative with eyes. And check the glow in the dark plus the in-ground light side. However, I kind of thinking, should I add a area where I could do the city lights here, like in the sky at night when it's dark, but the city in the background would be lit up with LED lights. Even though the episode is focused on the flamingo floatie, I've added some of yellow, lime green markers, almost glow in the dark white glue, and acrylic glue mixed for the floatie to glow in the dark. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more pink, but just to Blend everything nicely and let it dry. That's the result. Time for it to dry. I was doing some lime slice inspired eyes, so I've used glossy sequins and markers, olive green for the darker shades and bright apple green for highlights and lighter shades, colorless blender so it looks balanced between the shadows and highlights, and yet the shiny texture, the glossy texture, I'm keeping it because it makes the eyes feel like they're alive. And if I used white acrylic paint because it makes it matte, I wouldn't use it because the eyes wouldn't feel like they're as alive as with the glossy texture. However, I also planning to add eyelids with eyelashes. But what about the people? That can wait for now because I'm planning around black people, but now it would be the time to see what sort of expression to give the flamingo in the eyes. I looked at images online on how to draw eyes, and this would help me think what sort of facial expression for the eyes should I give the flamingo. After a study of art with eyes in it, I've decided that I will do happy eyes. So for the flamingo, I will go with some white acrylic paint for the base of the eyelids. Then I'll wait for it to dry. Then I'll use thread leftovers for the eyelashes. Base for the eyelids is now painted. It needs to dry. Then I'm going to color the eyelids pink and add eyelashes. The eyelids that I've painted with white acrylic paint have dried. Then I've used the pink marker so it would look the same as the flamingo body. Anyways, that's how it looks. I was able to see the difference between painted and non-painted areas. Just see how glossy they are. So, acrylic paint is like the matte one, while the sequin is glossy. That's how you know you are going to get the eye the right texture. Now I'm going to do some sewing, doll clothes, and I will use the leftover thread for the eyelashes. When I was making the eyelashes, it's going to be a hard one because the threads will need a trim when it dries, and those eyelashes are so tiny. They're basically the size of the sequin, if not smaller. And one sequin is the entire eye. So that will need a lot of focus. And also mentally prepare for small tiny details if you do it. And focus on what you're doing. I will do that off camera for best results. It's just one of the things you have to mentally prepare yourself for, because it's so tiny. From this glitter mix, I've picked black particles and I've used them for the pupils and glued them onto the sequin eye. Now it's time for it to dry. Oh wow, I already have a feeling that this idea Sunday will put the most effort into the eyes than I ever did before. Like, it's just, I have no words, because I was going to be more creative with eyes for dollhouse items and dolls in this year. Just want to make my own original eyes. I do like the Shopkins doll eyes, but I kind of want to be more creative and kind of stop drawing them like this and stop drawing animal eyes with just simple dots. I want to be more creative and expressive in them. And for the eyelashes, I'm using a marker to color the glitter in to like zesty citrus fruit colors. So the orange is for an orange. Everybody knows what an orange color is, like a color of an orange is orange. Now the olive green for lime green, for the lime particles of lime, and I will use a pale pink for the grapefruit glitter. I'm coloring a page. Hopefully it shows up on the glitter, the colors. And yellow for the lemon. I know Astrid Fizz is the blue lemon, but blue lemons aren't real. It's just a thing of Fizzyland, which is a fictional place. But anyways, blue lemons only exist in Fizzyland where Astrid fizzes. They're not real, I don't think, or believe that they're real. But anyways, I'm going to put the glitter on a separate piece of paper to see it all together. That's the glitter. Wow, so much citrus zest in it. That's just the thing I was looking for when doing the eyelashes, but how do I store it though? I think this will do. I will put a protective cover over it, and I only need enough for the eyelashes anyways, so nothing would be wasted here. My first time doing eyelashes on such a tiny scale. I hope this looks good because it's my first time and those eyes are so tiny. Hopefully it will look good in the end. The eyelashes have dried, so it's now time to remove them from the masking tape, and we're going to trim them to the right size because I don't want them to be that long but still keep them long. Now I have this. I want the eyelashes to be a little bit purple but still pink. So we're going to use this color to give them that effect. That looks better. Time to attach it to the floatie. Eyes glued onto the flamingo. Now the next step. We're going to sprinkle this glitter onto the eyelashes, and we're going to glue it on. The citrus zest glitter has been applied to the eyelashes. Time to let it dry along with the areas where I also applied the same glitter. Just don't want to be wasting it. Glitter has dried and now it's dark outside. I'm in the caravan checking the glow in the dark effect before I go home, and still works even with all that glitter in it. More visible in person than on camera. We just switched to photo camera because video camera doesn't show that well. This is from the photo camera instead of my video camera on my phone, and that's the result from the photo camera. It looks okay, and I think I'll stop there. Otherwise, it would be so glittered up in these other glitters that are not glow in the dark, to the point that it no longer glows in the dark. But I want the glow in the dark, so I'll stop now. Just want to show you this before concluding. And Szewczak's. That's the finished flamingo floatie that glows in the dark. Carmela loves it. And now, this is the glow-in-the-dark part of the floatie. I did put a lot of glitter in it, but at least the glow-in-the-dark still works. Okay, Szewczaks, that's it for the video. Please let me know in the comments what do you think of the flamingo, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye, Szewczaks!